Welcome back to my channel, viewers and subscribers. In this video, we're going to talk about Justin Bieber contemplating taking legal actions against a few managers who misappropriated his funds. Or in other words, because they're using strong words here. So, in other words, he is very upset and he's looking into taking legal actions against managers, not one, managers for squandering his fortune. Let's talk about it. Then we're going to get into the report. Okay. Now, so basically, if you guys remember, it was just about 3-4 months ago that Justin Bieber, cut ties with Scooter Braun, Lou Taylor. He basically fired Lou Taylor, right? No, that was before Sean Diddy Combs' arrest. So it was about 3 months ago. Now, when we heard that he fired Lou Taylor, automatically, many of us could read between the lines that something financially has gone wrong. And now this report is substantiating that. The internet was cheering for him when they learned he terminated Lou Taylor's service. So now what Justin Bieber is saying, according to a source, is that a few managers, they have squandered his fortune to the point wherein he's thinking about taking legal actions. No, there's no suggestion of any names, but it's not an individual. It's at least a group of people, according to the reports. No, Sloan Bella did call this, if you guys remember, she actually called this. She actually told us that something legal concerning him is going to come up somewhere between October and November, and we are in October. So we have to say that Sloan Bella nailed another one right again. Now let's get into this report that is coming out from TMZ. Now, what TMZ is saying is that Justin Bieber thinks it's way too late to say sorry when it comes to some of his former business managers. He thinks they grossly mismanage his money and it could be time to take legal action. Sources with direct knowledge tells TMZ Justin Bieber's been very upset for several years, claiming he lost a ton of money as a result of terrible decisions made by business managers. We don't know how many managers, but we do know it's more than one. Now, TMZ further stated, okay, we're getting there. Now, we know that for quite some time we've been hearing these allegations, as you guys can remember. So this is not coming as any surprise. Now, TMZ further states that it is unclear just how much Justin thinks has been squandered, other than it's a huge amount. But our sources say he is discussing the possibility of filing a lawsuit against the alleged offenders. We're told his current team is split. Some members want him to sue, but others don't. We're told the argument against suing is that Justin Bieber went through a period where he was spending wildly. So they're saying, translation, he caused his own problem. That's the same thing they said about Britney Spears, but what did they discover? They discovered that over $600 million was missing from Britney. And this is a thing that Hollywood does. And when I say Hollywood, I'm talking about, the people who have been in that business for a number of years. It's as though they have a cult and they have a pattern that they move by. And this pattern often includes, getting someone to a low point, then swindling their money away from them. And then when if that individual ever gets better to recognize that there has been irregularities with their funds, they're gaslighted into believing that, listen, you were spending your money, foolishly. You squandered your money and now you don't even know how much is missing and you want to point fingers at someone. Like, come on. That's what they do to these celebrities. Justin Bieber is not the first. No. We're going to finish this report. Then I'm going to tell you what would be the best thing for him to do, in my opinion, because if he does this, he will find out where the leak is as it relates to his money, right? Now, Timsy saying Justin is not struggling financially. He sold his music catalog in January 2023 for $200 million. And before the sale, our sources say his net worth was around $100 million. Now, that doesn't give anyone the excuse to, take anything from him. No, Justin Bieber has no idea how much exactly, but he knows money is missing. And you trust and believe if he has the gut feeling that money is missing, it is missing. So it would be best for him to hire a forensic accountant, because when you get someone that is a forensic accountant, when you get a team of forensic accountants, if even a penny is missing, they're going to find that penny. And they can just, all the places that Justin Bieber shops, they can request, a history of his purchase, because many, places of business do have that backed up on a server. So if he's really, really serious, he can actually detect where and who took what and how much. But again, you know what I would say to Justin Bieber, just as how some of those people are telling him, not to pursue it. It is his money, definitely. But what I would say to him, just move on from that, take the hit, take it as a lesson, learn from it, and then just move on. Because, sometimes you know that something is wrong around you. You just know, right? And you want to do, the right thing by taking legal actions. But sometimes, even though it's the right thing for you to stand up for yourself, there are times when you have to just choose your battles wisely. Yes, he's not in a good place. We can tell. We can see it on his physical. And as such, I believe that should he, engage in a court battle, it's going to cause, some retaliations against him, over money. If it was something else, I would say, what, go for it. But over money, and he has money, I would say, what, take the blow, leave it alone, and just protect yourself better going forward. Because these people in Hollywood, they're very crafty, very evil, and as such, you don't want to put yourself under unnecessary duress because of material things. It's not as though it's a necessity in this case. I understand the value of money, but not everything is about money. Okay? But guys, it's your time to chime in. Do you think that Justin Bieber should, go ahead with a lawsuit? Because if he go ahead with a lawsuit, he's going to need an accounting team to, really find how much is missing and where it went missing. So I want to hear from you guys, because I know that you guys normally have, good input. So let's get the discussion popping, because many of us saw this coming. I've been talking about it for the past couple of months, so it's not coming as any surprise to me. So I want to know if you guys remember that video when I said to you guys, Justin Bieber's money is being messed with. So I want to hear from you guys. Now, while you're at it, give this video a big thumbs up, share, stay safe, and see you guys later. Bye, guys.